Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for October 7th, 8th, and 9th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, if you're new to my channel, what you want to do is, I would hope you watch the introduction at least once, but this will be tagged on to all the videos in the beginning. If you want to go straight, or if you're a cross-watcher and you want to go straight to the readings, then go right down there. There's a timestamp in the description, and you can just bypass this. Watch at least once though, please. Anyway, you know that when I'm doing the weekend, I use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will pull one also from my Doreen and Grant Virtue Angels of Abundance. That's fairly new. And of course, my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, for this introduction, what we do is we look at the world, the universe at large, and I will be using my Waite Rider Traditional Tarot and my Colette Baron Reed The Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember though, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. Whatever the words are, I try not to get too much in the way of it, okay? So higher power to me is God, Source, Holy Spirit, but to you, it may be somebody or something different. That's okay. Anyway, so what's going on here on the 7th? Just to kind of just do what's going on in the world. Mercury, which is in Virgo, will be trining, which is a good position with Pluto that still is retrograde in Capricorn. However, Capricorn is going to be going direct, and so what's going to happen is it is stationary right now. So Mercury is the planet of fast actions, fast energies. There's a lot of communications that comes with Mercury. Mercury likes to be in Virgo. That is a Earth planet. Capricorn is also an Earth planet. Pluto has been reconstructing it's been in a reconstruction mood since 2008 when it entered into Capricorn. So it is reconstructing a lot of things in the earthly realm. So the two of it, so you might hear some communication. We might hear something about what Pluto is doing. They're in a good position. They're liking each other. So the news may not necessarily be so harsh as it might be something that's very welcoming. However, on the 8th of October, that's when Pluto starts to go direct. Again, it's a stationary direct. It's almost like Pluto is just sitting there right now, and it's just kind of playing in its Capricorn world, and it's kind of deciding how we're going to reconstruct, because Pluto has had a lot of destruction in the world of Capricorn, and now because Pluto will be going into Aquarius soon enough, 2023, it goes back and forth a little bit into Aquarius, and that's going to be all about the reconstruction of our thoughts and how we look at things and how we think about things and how we learn. So that's all up here when it starts doing that. Capricorn is with what we're doing with our hands, what we're doing with our lives. It's very tangible reconstruction energy. So on the 8th, it's going to go direct, but it's called stationary direct. So it's just kind of sitting there right now. On the 9th of October, we have a full moon in Aries. Now, this full moon will also be playing with some of the planets too. So the full moon will be in conjunction with Jupiter, which is retrograde in Aries. So that's a really positive source. It's a really positive energy for us. It is sextile with Saturn and Mars. Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. So sextiling it's just kind of a, like a here or there. It's not necessarily really forceful, but it's not bad at all. In fact, it's kind of like a buddy that maybe you haven't seen for a while. However, the full moon in Aries will be squaring with Pluto in Capricorn. So that's where Aries is going to try to get Pluto to make some moves. It's kind of like telling Pluto, hey, you know what? We're done with a lot of this garbage. Start doing the reconstruction part on the physicality part. So It's going to be, but we don't know how Pluto's going to react to that. We don't know how Pluto is going to be. Is Pluto going to go along with that Aries energy? You know, remember we had the new moon in Libra, which is all about balance, and then we have this fiery Aries moon. And remember, it is, even though it's, you know, sextile isn't necessarily a strong partnership, it is still a partnership with Jupiter also in Aries too. So Aries wants good stuff. Aries wants stuff to start changing for the positive, and it's trying to push Pluto a little bit more into making some better changes, okay? Better choices. Pluto, it's time for you to make some better choices. So the full moon will be in Aries, in October 9th. That will be at 4:54 p.m. Eastern Time. And then it was interesting, Pluto goes direct at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Time also. So there are some fives. So that could be some change. Either way, these are some strong energies, and it could either be something very positive or it might be something that's just not darn too pretty. Okay? Anyway, let's see what we've got going now. Let's go on and see what we have with the Waite Rider Tarot. What do we have from our higher power for this weekend, and especially with the full moon? And regardless of what the full moon is, and regardless the energies that try to square it or oppose it or try to rough it up a little bit, it is still a great time to release, relinquish, and request. And the more we put out the positive energy, the more that gets picked up also. So, like I said, release what's, or I've said in the past, release what's no longer needed, release what's holding you back, relinquish what's no longer needed, and request the good stuff, because good stuff it's okay to ask for. Okay, we've been kind of conditioned not to expect miracles, and to me, miracles happen all the time. So let's see what we've got here. Remember, anything reversed has stronger energies. For me, let's see what we've got. So now we have a 3 of Cups. So the number, and it was reversed. Now this is a celebratory energy. This is something like good things are happening. Things are moving. It's an emotional energy here too, because Cups is our it is our Pisces, it is our Cancer, it's also our Scorpio energy. We're about to turn into Scorpio. Scorpio is the next season. Neptune is still retro in Pisces, so it's going deep and looking into our subconscious. What is it that we've been wanting? But this is, again, so this is Cups, this is 3. 3 has celebratory energy, creative energy, and it's the power of 3. So power of 3 energy is not a bad thing to do, especially around the full moon. So get a couple of buddies, get a couple of friends, and really put out the positive energy. And you can do with the full moon 3 days before, 3 days after. All of that does have an effect. But this is celebration. This has things coming to a better positioning. I know sometimes, the universe doesn't necessarily feel like it's, has a lot to celebrate about, but something is going on, something emotionally, something spiritually is going on. There's a spiritual, maybe a spiritual celebration about to occur. Here we go. Next card is, now we have a 10. So 10 is a transitional number. We have a 1, new beginning. A 0 is God's source energy. But transition means we're moving on. We're moving. We're making some changes here. And the Wheel of Fortune this is a major arcana. So this is a very high universal card. And this is kind of saying there's been a lot of spiritual energy, that from that 0 to 9, there's been a lot of spiritual makeovers, spiritual ascensions, and now we're transitioning. If you think about what comes after transition, we have 11, which is justice, we have the 13, which is death, we have, the devil. We have a little bit more to go through, but on the other side of all that becomes the star, becomes the sun, becomes the world. So there is a lot of positive. It's just keep going. We just have some more to go through, but on the flip side, there is much better energies waiting us. Here we go. Next card is Now, this is again reversed. This is our rods. Rods are our fire sign. So there's Aries, full moon, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, passionate, burning, determined energy, very consuming energy. So it takes the spirituality of the cup energy and it just makes it flame. It just makes it go after what you want. Now, twos are partnerships, decisions, crossroads. It could be, it could just be something that we have some choices about. The two of rods is a positive decision, is a decision that, it's like, here he is. He's got his two. He's got his hand on one. So it does look like a decision has been made. But he has the world awaiting him also. So this is a positive decision. This is a positive movement. But we also have this. So even though he has his hand on this, it doesn't necessarily mean that he is totally on board or totally, with this decision. He could change his mind. But it is something where you really step up. The two of rods is stepping up, and it's just, I do feel like there's a decision that's been made. Okay, so now the two other energies we haven't talked about is our air energy or our sword energy. That is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We are in Libra season. Lots of stuff going on with Gemini. Mars is in Gemini right now. It is direct for the moment, and we have Saturn, which is direct for the moment. It will be, switching over to, I'm sorry, it's retro. It will be going direct pretty soon. Anyway, an Aquarius is our thought processes, our making plans, our thinking things through. Also, it could be about messages received. And then we have our Pentacles or our earth energy, and that is our Capricorn, our Taurus, and our Virgo energy. And all of them, Mercury in Virgo, Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. It's been there for since 2018, I think it was. I think we talked about that. It'll be there till 2024. And then, of course, we have the good old Pluto, which is just sitting there right now in Capricorn. So let's see what we have. One card here. So here we go. Okay, we have the Queen of Water. Now, all the court cards have dual energies. So one is the underlying energy, so such as the Queen. The Queen's underlying energy is water or cups, okay, emotional, it's fluid. This is also water energy. So Page would have the underlying energy would be Pentacle, earth energy. It is, Page is very adventurous and wants to start on new beginnings. Knight's underlying energy is fire energy, or so it would be the rod's energy, and their underlying energy. While the Page wants to start, the Knight is like, okay, let's go get them. The water energy is emotional, caring. It's very spiritual energy. And then, of course, the King has the air energy. So this is water. This is cups. Very emotional time. So this would be a time that just really, you're going to really want to watch. You're going to want to watch your emotional energies, okay? I have spoken about energies as almost like a currency, so you really want to make sure you're not spending it foolishly. You're not spending it on something that's not going to give you a really good return. So I know that we don't have any earth energy in here. It's water. So the Queen, though, is very caring, is very loving. I'm just kind of feeling like the Queen is just, just doesn't necessarily feel the, she doesn't feel, I'm kind of feeling like this Queen is borderline with hope, okay? She's just wanting and she's hoping and she's wishing. At the same time, she's feeling things extremely deeply. So something's going on with her, but she's also royalty. She's also, steps up. She also puts her, even though her feelings are right out there and just right for everyone to see right now, she does know her job. She does know her duty. So something with this emotional energy, very fluid energy, spiritual energy. So this is, and again, I kind of feel this thing between her vacillating a little bit between a loss of hope, and yet hoping for miracles. Okay, so something about her is interesting, especially since we have celebration, we have wonderful choices, we have this, but even though things are moving forward, like I said, there's going to be some it's still weird times. We still have that because we live in a weird universe right now. So the Queen, I'm just feeling like the Queen is kind of between a loss of hope and hoping for a miracle. I just feel like she's just a little bit in between there. So let me know what you're thinking about this. How did you read this? Because many of you do, so I really appreciate that. Take a moment, please, because this helps. This does help to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Keep me going, and I appreciate you doing that. Also comment. I do love hearing from you. So why don't we start our readings now? Hello, my Cappies, and welcome. It is full moon time. Pluto is stationary right now, and Aries is a warrior. So it is a good time to use the Aries full moon to make the changes, to request whatever it is right now. Because like I said, Aries is the warrior, and this is the full moon in Aries. And Pluto's just kind of standing there. So take aim. Take aim, Aries. Let's see what we've got. I think that could actually work out well for my Capricorns. Anyway, let's see what we've got here for my Cappies, and some changes, always changes, but we're going to put out some positive vibes for these changes. Anyway, there is some movement going on for you. I do feel that there might be some travel plans or changes in travel happening this weekend too. So let's see what we've got going on now. Okay, first card is, well, the Nine of Water. Nine of Water. Nine is let's wrap it up. Let's get it done. You've got everything you need. Water is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Scorpio, we're in the South Node with Scorpio, so that visits a lot of the past. It has to do with a lot of cleanup in the past. Now we also have Neptune, which is retrograde in Pisces, a lot of subconscious dreams, a lot of things that you've been wishing for. But the Nine of Water is all about the wish card. And this is a good time for you to be putting out your wishes, my Capricorns. I know that, there's been some ups and downs, but this is the time to really, really believe, expect in miracles also. Okay? So your wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love of life. Next card is reversed is the Wheel. So we have a 9, we have a 10. 10 is a transition. It's moving. Things are moving into a better spot, a better place. So we have the 1, new beginning. A 0 is God's source energy. Things are transitioning. We have Michael here, Archangel Michael, the warrior angel. And I was telling you, Aries is a warrior. Aries and Mars. Mars is in Gemini. So Gemini is an air energy. So you could be hearing some news. It's like this is a time to do some spiritual battles. Okay? Ask Michael to help you. I mean, we tend to, you're watching and we do have this metaphysical leaning, but we tend to forget that there is a physical side, and there's a metaphysical side, and there's metaphysical spiritual beings on that side. And we are coming to the thinning of that veil. Put it out there. Ask God, source, higher power, whoever it is. Ask for the warrior angels. Ask for them to start fighting more and more on your side. Okay? So, this is the Wheel of Fortune, major arcana. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. Next card here. Now we have the Star. So we have a 9117. Again, 1 and a 10. We talked about that. 7 is a divine number, divine umbrella, divine covering. 1 plus 7 is an 8. 8 has unlimited opportunities, possibilities. Jophiel is very creative. So there's a lot of creativity with Jophiel. So, just can make, just can kind of take Think of Jophiel as the angel that you invite when you have to, when you have to feed 10 people and all you have is a box of spaghetti. Okay, Jophiel can create something magical and wonderful. But the star, again, this goes back to your 9 of water, your wish card. This is the wishing energy. The star is bright. The star brings about hope. The star brings about possibilities. And this is a time to really make some wishes, but this is a time again for some really big spiritual warfare. Ask the angels, ask the archangels, ask Michael, ask Jophiel. Ask them to bring your wish to fruition. Okay? So happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. Now, so we have a 9, 10, and a 17. So some interesting energies with that. Let's go on and see now. Let's see what we have with the John Holland for our Capricorns. I like where this is going. What else can we tell our Capricorns? What else can we tell our Capricorns? The tide is changing. The tide is turning. I like that. Here we go. 6. So 6 is the number of man. It's the energies you put into something. And it's all about material and spiritual prosperity. And there he is. He's looking at his lands. He's looking at, I don't know if that's going to be a moon. I would say that that's probably the moon more than the sun, because I think if it was that big, the sun would hurt your eyes. It could be a moon. I mean, it could be the sun, but he's looking at his future, and he knows that, there's the material prosperity, but it would be nothing without the spiritual prosperity. So this is, we're not going to go too much into more details with this, except that, I'm just going to say, my Capricorns, I know you've been suffering. I know that, this Pluto thing, 2008, I know it's been rough, but again, it's stationary right now, and it's opposing, Aries full moon. So ask Aries, ask Michael, ask God, ask, hey, get the spiritual warfare out. Okay? So here we go. Let's see what let's see what our Angels of Abundance has to say for my Capricorns. Here we go. So it's a good time. It really is a good time for spiritual warfare this weekend, if that's what you've been needing. Here we go. Partnership. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So whatever this is, you don't have to go through it alone. And you are receiving help from heaven. I like that. Okay, let's see what crystal or energy for my wonderful Capricorns are. Oops, and that one falls. Green jade, attracting love, balance, dreams come true, purity. Oh my goodness, I know my Capricorns, I want this for you. I really, really do. So let's claim it. Okay. Anyway, my Cappies, you be strong. Keep being strong. Go and comment, like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell for notifications. That's always important. As always, though, my Cappies, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.